echo. Hold on. Sorry, it echoes if it'll start up and then all that jazz. So I'm so glad you guys are here on this Monday. What day is today? June 30th. Oh my goodness. And so the company, I just can't say enough about the company, and they really gave us an awesome incentive for June, double sales profit, and also sign up as a team member and you get a gift certificate and email and then apply it toward your purchase. So did you have somebody first sign up to be a partner, Renee, and get that email, and then now they have followed it to purchase?
No, she was invited to partner with me yesterday, and so she's already put in. But I shared the promotion with her. Now,
Okay.
I myself had already gotten 4 new customers, so I qualified for the double sales profit, and I shared that with her as well. And really went down $52 to join. They give you the $52 back with each order. She would have to have 3 new customers.
Mhm.
And then they would actually double her sales profit for anything that she sold yesterday and today. So just really kind of amping that up, sharing
Yeah.
the bonus structure that when she becomes a partner plus, she gets $100 bonus. And as we move to QSC, I think it's the next one is $300. So, I told her within just a couple, 10 days, 30 days, she could have all that money back in her pocket.
So how did the wine and wellness go? Because sometimes I feel bad having a wine and wellness.
I understood
But
that.
then I say to people, you know what? I had to get you here.
Yeah,
If somebody starts heckling me about, well, it's usually
yeah,
racquetball or
yeah.
something.
Well, I mean, we do have polyphenols in red wine. So, I mean, there's some
True.
benefit, right? When I'm stressed, a little bit of wine goes a long way. So, I mean, there are benefits. And I actually thought the same thing and I was a little concerned with it. But when I got here, nobody raised a query. I actually had everybody bring their favorite beverage. If that was wine, that was fine. They could also bring something else if they had something to share. I did a beautiful hummus platter, veggie tray, energy bites, just a little bit of everything. And everybody mingled for about the first 20 minutes. And then I thanked them for coming. I shared my purpose for being here and what I wanted to share. And we watched the One Simple Change PowerPoint and went over that with everybody. And I think what clicked for some people, especially for a new friend that is now my new partner, was that she did not understand the value of nutrition at a cellular level. And so when we went through, and I always say with that second PowerPoint that says 1 in 4 people will have cancer and diabetes and obesity and all that, I say to people, think about those that you love and care about. Do you know anybody? And show me with a raise of hand, raise your hand if you have somebody you care about that's dealing with that disease state. Everybody raised their hands. So by the time I get through the PowerPoint where Wendy Campbell says this is a gift, I reinforce. Do you love these individuals? Would you like to give them a gift? Something that would truly provide nutrition to their body. And that really connected with her.
I love that. Does anybody have any questions for Renee about that before we go on to, we're going to go on to the corporate board, but
I have a question.
yeah, go ahead.
So Renee, this was your first
It was.
event?
First wine and wellness event. I've been doing
Okay.
sourdough events, hummus summit events, and other things.
Okay. So what got you to do your very first event?
Deciding I was going to overcome fear.
I figured it was Karen. I can't believe Karen didn't come out of your mouth just now.
Yes. Well, Karen is a huge encourager. And where I had lived before, I was remote, kind of out in the country. So a lot of people didn't want to drive. I did have a couple sourdough parties, but when I moved into this new community, February 14th, it is a 55 and older community. And, everybody is near. So there are people that are moving in still and building their house. And the group here, the community here has just been very, very welcoming of us. And so I've been dripping on them since February 14th. And I started in May once we kind of got settled in a little bit and decided that I was going to commit because I had made a commitment when we were at our Phoenix conference that I was going to try to do at least 2 events a month. So we started out with the sourdough We started out with a hummus, and I had never done a wine and wellness. So I reached out to Karen and asked her a little bit about that. I talked to Sharon about it. What does that look like? And I knew the PowerPoint presentation because I do that often. So it felt natural, which is what I really appreciate about it. And I read that book, The Right Things to Say by Phil Jones, or Exactly the Right Thing to Say by Phil Jones. And I'm just adding that in to my normal dialogue. And I start with people, this may not even be right for you. You may not be comfortable doing this, but I can share my story. I can let other people share their story and how they've benefited from Juice Plus. And then I go into the research. And then I also use third parties that verify the same information that Juice Plus has.
Awesome. Awesome.
Mhm.
I love that. I love that you made it clear that not everybody who comes to listen to what we have to say is going to buy. So
Right,
our purpose is not to get you to buy anything,
right.
it's to educate. And
Hmm.
then over time, like you said, that was like a second or a third exposure.
Was, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I love that.
Yeah, I was gonna say for Felena's benefit and our benefit, I think that, we're not worried about the quick sales profit or whatever. We really are looking for people to understand what we understand. And that's why we share so passionately. We just want people to be on the same page, to know what we know and make a educational decision. I
Mhm.
was in a conversation with somebody on my way back from pickleball this morning, a newer person who bought Juice Plus, and I guess her son's not taking the gummies and she's not doing the superfood powder every single day. So she's like, I don't want to get another 4 month supply and I want to make sure, blah, blah, blah. And so anyway, I said, no problem. I don't want you to get overstocked. I would probably tell you before it was going to ship anyway. And so I said, but let me just, make sure you understand the value of Juice Plus, because if it's a value thing, then I have, I need to send you some things, some research, some education, because it is so valuable. So always look to the value of Juice Plus as far as that's what we're doing. We're sharing the value and then they can make their own decision. And so anyway, great. Thank you, Renee, for sharing that. Does anybody else have any questions for Renee? I mean, I think that's a great event. She also mentioned a hummus event. I have no idea how she's doing that. So we could ask about that. We could move on.
I just wanted to let you know that I've been thinking of asking you and Doug to come and do a sourdough for
Oh,
me.
we would do that. Just
Awesome.
pick a date.
We can
Absolutely.
put it on the calendar. Yay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've been wanting to come and see you, help you, whatever, support you, whenever. All right, so I put in here the new boards, free portion of boards from the company. And I had seen some little pictures that somebody was passing around, and sure enough, they are on the corporate board. Somebody's working hard on making that really good. Is that what you went over the other night with your team, Nalani?
That's what Felena and I went over. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yes. So she's
sorry.
got both boards. She has Campbell team and the corporate board.
Okay, so great. And that is how you want to start off people, is getting them attached to the resources, but hopefully not too overwhelmed. Felena can let us know whether that's overwhelming or not. And it is good to hear Renee's story about how it all kind of came together. People who want to order Juice Plus, people who's going to be a partner, and now her friend wants to order, and now all of a sudden she's going to have $100 and be at Partner Plus. So congratulations on that. And so let's look at that corporate board. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I gotta make sure.
While you're looking that up, what came to mind, and I'm beginning to recognize that more than ever, that Juice Plus really is the best kept secret. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no way and there's no reason in the world why it shouldn't be a household name. Knowing that it's the
Yeah.
first to come out, the company over 50 years ago with the air filters, always forward thinking, and then the water filters, and then 30 years ago with Juice Plus. And because they had a different model of a way of getting the word out, other companies jumped on the bandwagon and they have these commercials and people think, oh, they're similar. Yeah, nothing like Juice Plus.
No.
Nothing. And so we've got our work ahead of us to just let people know the value, like you
Yeah.
said.
And
Yeah.
the company is really moving forward. So, it's a good time to get back if people have kind of been like checked out because of the digital transformation. The company's moving forward in momentum. Our leaders are absolutely amazing. The people that are in place and the people that Travis continues to put into place to really move us into this new era. And even talking to the person, I'll just go off sharing because we're still talking, but even talking to the friend on my way back from pickleball about her order, after I got done with her and I walked her through, go to juiceplus.com, click on card subscriptions, and then go to the red hyperlink, and you can either manage by editing or whatever, or you could go down, scroll down, cancel. I said, and you can always order again. So how's she going to order again if I don't need her there? Like the old days, I did everything, but they never ever saw the website. Now she can go check out Luminate. The company's sending constant emails of attraction, like, hey, you want to try some Luminate? Hey, you want to take advantage of this deal? So they're helping us educate our customers also, which is pretty amazing. They're even going back and trying to help us get people back who may have canceled for whatever reason. I mean, they could not do more for us. And I think it's our duty to take advantage of that and also go to conference. So I want to mention that that's in Indianapolis, September 25th to the 27th, because our company is pouring money into us. We need to be there and really latch on and help, keep things moving too. All right. Oops, that's not what I was trying to do. Okay, here it is. All right, so this Juice Plus on the go has to have like Stacy Whitmer behind it. She's absolutely amazing. And she's also a new ad recently that was just so smart. So it's got some great things just on the front. It's got the logo or whatever. It's got what's hot. That means like what's happening in January for sure. Let's see what's hot. June incentive, January. Okay, June incentives, June recognition. We had the reset. This is the information about conference. New launches and updates. Okay, so Luminate became a subscription. New partner welcome pack. So you could look at that, how to earn your first 600. We're going to be looking at that in a different place. Join the club. If you've gone backwards in your clubs and you regain them, they're giving you hundreds of dollars per club. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. Monthly corporate events. Now, this is already loaded for July. I mean, they are on top of things. This is the July kickoff, which is Tuesday, July 1st, tomorrow at 12. This is July 10th, and this will be a healthy, Zoom that you can invite to. And then there is a training with Stacy Whitmer and Heather Koenig. So the monthly corporate events are right there, already loaded. This fundamentals framework, Felena, this would be really good for you, good for everybody, because it's all about talking to people and how to, make friends, talk to people, not be fearful and things like that. So this is all the different modules, and there's a little worksheet thing with it. So if you haven't done those, they hired this guy. He's from outside of Juice Plus to help us to know how to talk to people. Like I said, corporate couldn't be doing more for us, okay? This is the partner success box. This is what you get. No, this is the success box. This is $99 or 50, and also 50 points basically. That if you were new and you're like, well, I don't have all the materials, this is a great start. This has all the different products. And so, if you want to just order your own stuff but have extra samples, this is for partners only. So that is the partner success box. And that you go to juiceplus.com, search for partner success box and check out. That's pretty amazing. Also, okay, so that's what's hot. And look, they have a monthly action plan, some ideas for you. Sizzle up your summer, promote the gift card. what else? Share why you eat Juice Plus, share simple education. And this amazed me when I saw this because I always say it's three things. Number one, you share about you. You share your excitement. So it says your story's powerful. Post a caption or video sharing why you take Juice Plus, how it's helped you, or what your favorite product is. Personal stories create connection and curiosity. But I'm saying one-on-one, with people also, so whether it's social media or sharing one-on-one as you go through life, you just say a little bit and you gauge whether or not they are responsive. You don't just keep going at somebody if their eyes are rolling over or if they're, if they're not interested. So I like to say there's a line to infinity, and it's kind of like you just tell them a little bit just to tantalize them or to see if they even latch on, to what you're saying, but you don't share a lot. And then you see whether they are going to have like a back and forth conversation. Okay. So number one is sharing your excitement or why Juice Plus made sense to you. So I could say Juice Plus made sense to me 25 years ago. I knew nothing about nutrition. I got nauseous with vitamins. I thought that they might be good for me, but I wasn't taking vitamins. I wasn't eating right. And a friend of mine told me about Juice Plus and she nodded a lot and she was excited. So I said, yes. And then I learned about it, so then that's my kind of short story. And then sharing simple education. So what did she do? She gave me a cassette tape back then, but then I ended up talking to her and maybe another cassette tape and then, whatever happened back then. But that's what we have to do. The second step is sharing education. Because if you just quote sell somebody on Juice Plus just with your excitement and your ability to quote sell somebody, they might not stay on Juice Plus. You don't want a quick sale. You want an educated sale about the value where people understand. That's why my call with my friend was a little upsetting this morning. I'm like, okay, she's already kind of maybe canceling. She's overstocked. She's not taking it every day. I'm like, I didn't really quite convey the whole value to her. So it's all about education and it's a number of exposures. So, if she heard from somebody else about how powerful Juice Plus is too, that would help. If she saw on Good Morning America, hey, you're supposed to eat 7 to 13 raw fruits and vegetables every day, the variety, then she'll be like, oh, I got that in my superfood juice. If she went to the doctor's office and saw it, on a poster, that would be another exposure. So the more exposures, which also we have every week, we have events, the better. So that's a huge deal, is number two in our system after sharing a little bit of your excitement or what made sense is education. Okay. Number three is follow up. So after that, then you follow up, and you might even have somebody on the line with you if you're new. Like Felena, you can always say, hey, I am working with this amazing naturopathic physician, and I just want you to be exposed to her also when I call you about that video I sent you. Do you mind if I have her on the line? I mean, how easy is that? So then you say, hey, Beth, I've got my friend on the line. I wanted to just hear what you thought of Juice Plus, and she can really explain it better. So I'm going to let you guys talk. And Felena mutes herself and lets them talk. And then she can always follow up afterwards. But something will happen between Nalani and Beth while Felena listens. And that's a great way to start your business, is to be on a three-way call. So you're listening. And you could call it a connection call. You could also meet on Zoom. There's different ways. People sometimes do it on Facebook Messenger or even messages. So having that follow-up, if you feel comfortable with the follow-up, you don't need that. Or if you like follow up, but then you're like, well, I don't know all these answers. Let me get my friend to help because she's been doing this for years. Then it's super easy to do that. It's not creepy to get, to get the other person on the call. And it really helps you a lot, a lot, a lot. Okay, so there's the follow-up here. So you can read about all that. And then you will have objections. Objections are a knee-jerk response to just, that's their question. I like the idea of this, but here's my knee-jerk response. Your job is not to overreact to their knee-jerk response. Whether it's, I already eat so many fruits and vegetables, or Um, I'm already spending so much money on vitamins, or I eat really healthy, whatever, or that seems like a lot. And then, so there are some really good things under this, I'm sure. I haven't looked at this one. Oh, I would have to join some other part of the board, but I mean, it's free still. It's just, I don't know why it keeps doing that. But objections are meant to be embraced. You take a little breath and you're like, oh, I understand how you feel because I felt that way. I thought, oh, vitamins were the answer, but I've since found. So it's kind of like feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. You're getting on the same side as them. And feel, felt, found. I was to think. I know, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. And what I found is, and that's, what you've discovered. And nobody, as a new person, we don't expect you to know everything. So you only talk about what you do know, so that's always safe. And you talk about how you've overcome those objections. If not, you get some other opinion or some other video or something. There's a million out there. Okay. All right. So there's some other things. And then here's who to talk to. I love this board. It's got so many great things for starting out. And what is the goal? Renee mentioned it. First is Partner Plus. We'll look at the numbers in a minute. Then QSC, then qualifying your business. And then we just keep repeating that. Those are the building blocks of moving your business forward. So, but we get paid for talking to people, and the more people you talk to, the better. And sometimes they're like half conversations or one-fourth conversations, right? They're not a full conversation that leads right then to a sale. Okay. So you have to be able to kind of juggle conversations, in my opinion. Let's hear from Jennifer, Renee, or Nalani on that, because I don't want to lead people astray. What do you think about that? I mean, sometimes, if they come to an event, they're kind of pre-qualifying already. They're like, okay, I want to hear about wellness. I'm ready to hear about wellness. You might have more of people that sign up, but just in every day, it takes a number of exposures, and sometimes it takes an event. But what do you guys say, Nalani and Jennifer? Because I see you guys right now.
I think what you said is really key. There's a difference when somebody comes or when you're meeting them somewhere else, at a business meeting, or just having a conversation with someone else, and you're not in the environment of the Juice Plus environment. It takes a lot more to get them to see the value because you don't want to push and you don't want to try to convince. So to me, the effort is to invite them to an event, to invite them to see the video, to invite them to get in that environment where you have their attention. Because I find when you're out with people and they say, "Oh, what do you do?" They're just being polite, you know. And so that I think that's important to realize that we're not out trying to sell a product in instance, get an instant sale. We want to get people to see the information.
And sometimes you need to kind of schedule that next
Right.
talk, because you don't want to be that person
Mhm.
where, people avoid you or whatever. So if they start to engage and they want to know more about Juice Plus, I'm going to send you a video and let's talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
The videos are short. So, because you don't want to start just getting into a whole, conversation where it's pressuresome. So,
Right.
okay, Jennifer, any thoughts about all that?
Um, I don't know if I have anything to add because Dr. Nalani obviously is kind of a pro at this.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would just second that motion that when someone's at an event, you can speak to them a little bit differently. Whereas if you were just starting a random conversation, because you don't want to just be, throwing up Juice Plus onto just some, random person. Instead, when I'm starting the conversation outside of an event, I'm listening for a need and then seeing if they're open to learning about other things. However, if they're coming to an event, they know, and then I can have a little bit more forward of a conversation. So I guess it's just a little bit, you're in different stages. Who was it that was talking about like the different where someone's in stages? Like I can't remember who that was.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know if that was Bob Heilig, I think it was Ray.
Right,
I think
Higdon?
yeah, it was Ray Higdon talking about people are in different stages, and then you're just talking to them outside and just seeing are they a good candidate, then that's a different stage than they have accepted and are at your house for an event. That is all. That's a different stage. That's like a hot lead versus
Yeah.
someone out here is more like a maybe they're a cold or like a warm, they're like in a warm stage, and you have to nurture that real gently. So
I
that's all
Awesome.
have
I
a
got.
question.
Yes.
What do you do, for the sake of new people, what do you do when you feel that the people around you, you may not know your new neighbors, or you may not have family members who seem to be interested in health? What do you do to build relationships on social media? Or am I taking this in another direction?
Hmm. I think that nowadays people are super attracted to transparency, authentic, the struggle, because they like to be part of what's real or, what people are dealing with. They
Mhm.
don't want to see, hey, buy one, get one free, Juice Plus, here's my link. No, that's it for you. You're done. So, like daily, if you're sharing, like if I went on, this kind of probably looks bad at this point, but this is a veggie pizza that Doug made. What is Sharon eating? Is she just popping capsules all day? No. And that has no cheese, maybe. Anyway, so they want to see real life. And then you build that trust. And then they have a conversation. That's my opinion. Anybody else?
I agree. I think it's about building community first, because to your point, Sharon, when you're in a community of people and they get to know you, they actually start a relationship with you and then they trust you, right? So then it's much easier to lead. But when I'm meeting somebody for the first time, I usually don't say a whole lot. I let that person tell me what they want to share with me. I may ask them, questions about, how are you feeling today? How long have you been taking that? What are your thoughts? Those types of things. And
Yeah.
then, I don't necessarily even introduce Juice Plus. I may invite them. I'll say, hey, you know what? I work with a great company that we talk about nutrition often. I'm going to be having an event, it's Wine and Wellness, on Friday. Would you like to come and join and meet new people? And so they come, and I send them the flyer that clearly says sponsored by Juice Plus. So when they get there and it's Wine and Wellness, they know that they're going to come drink a little bit of wine, but they're going to learn about wellness as well. And I don't tend to target anything. I just do a very general follow the PowerPoint, and it really does the rest.
And then you do every once in a while post something about Juice Plus because in addition
Mhm.
to that pizza, I am drinking the chocolate shake. I just drank my Illuminate. Now I'm on to water, which is disappointing. After Illuminate, darn it, I could just drink that all day.
Mhm.
So then you kind of include some of that stuff. And I think a lot of people are putting those in stories
Yeah.
and making little clips and it, runs. And I think the people that are doing the best right now on social media, they have a bunch of different little clips of stories. And, then when I watch stories, I'm commenting sometimes on those people that goes right into their messages and it's about what they want to talk about. So, having that conversation with them through their stories instantly takes you to Messenger, and then you can have that. It's all about conversation, in my opinion. But you can show them what you're doing in life, and it's going to be or just knowing, so that then when the time comes that they want to do something or that you've made the post that makes them get into action, then it all comes together. Does that make sense for social media? But you want to have a good number of friends on social media and just be visible because you don't want to be forgotten. That's the big deal on social media, in my opinion. Okay, so this says new partners start here, but right above it says sharing Juice Plus. I don't know if that's what I was just on. Okay, so new partners start here. I love this. It's welcome, then getting set up. I think this was getting you on boards. Oh, talking about the back office that you need to make sure you put in your information so that you'll get paid and everything, and it tells you what to do, how to edit your personalized website. I mean, that is awesome. Yes, Nalani.
Philina and I were here and we could not find a memory jogger. Would we have to go to the hub for that? Yes, actually we did.
Oh, you did.
To
Okay.
the hub. And that's,
Yeah, or Campbell Team Board has that under resources, under tools on
yeah,
startup. Um, I mean, that was kind of a memory jogger that they had listed like the types of people, but it wasn't like a blank sheet.
right.
Yeah, so that is a very good point. You want to start just downloading from your brain, who do I know in this category of life? Who are my mom's relatives in Ohio? What about that place I worked? It's not just those two people I hung out with the most, it's like 10 people. And then you go through and you remember about life and it becomes your like 4 or 5 year plan, all the people, because there's so many different people that you know or you are an acquaintance of. And so it doesn't mean that you're acting on it right now, but it assures you also that you don't just have five. You've got a ton of people that you know. All right,
Mhm.
so then this says, think of whatever. Okay, always share a cart. They are going to work on that where it's tracking, or maybe they already have that now that we go on our website, it's going to track all the way through. So that's good. But I still do love the sharing of the cart. That's good. So this takes you through how to share the cart, how to change your website, downloading the boards app and getting this particular Juice Plus on the go. Here's the hub. No, I know you love the hub. And how to get there. You could also get there from your back office here. Let's place our order. So that takes you through like getting started, get set up. Okay. Then learning about the products. I love that they put the One Simple Change brochure in here. This isn't what you talked about, Renee, is it? That you used. You used the One Simple Change presentation, which is more, oh yeah, it has the statistics. This
Where
is,
did you get the presentation? Because I can never download something from the boards.
okay, let's go to Campbell Team.
Oh,
Real quick.
Hamilton.
Campbell Team, events. Oh, I should have looked. Okay, not that. JP Resources, JP Presentations,
Okay,
JP Product Presentation. Here's the PDF or the PowerPoint or Keynote.
right.
So
Okay,
that's different. That's this one,
right.
which is really what, we do our presentations with that.
Right, right,
The other one is just a brochure, basically.
right.
Where was I? Let's see if this will work. Going back.
And the jogger would also be on Campbell team boards?
Yeah. Under getting started, this area right here, and look at this, it says, I'm on the left. It says tools somewhere. Sorry, getting started, helpful
Helpful
tools.
tools.
Yep.
Okay.
Good. Keep me in check, Nalani, for everything that helps a new person. That's good. Okay. So then it says learn about the product. So that was just the brochure, okay? And then placing an order, sharing with others. 3 things to remember when it comes to connecting. That's awesome. So here it is again, start a conversation, share a resource, and follow up. This is what I remember seeing earlier. And resources to share. This is going to be hopefully videos. I don't want to click on it because it might go somewhere else. Examples of what to say, I found something I'd love to share with you. I think that's very authentic. I found something I'd love to share with you. I mean, if it's new, like if you're new, Felena, you might have found it, but you found it years ago. So, hey, I want to share with something that has really taken a more prominent part in my life. Whatever you want to say, you know what I mean? So you don't want to just use other people's words. You always want to speak from the heart, just tell the truth. We never want you to say something that's out of character or anything. And then if I sent you a short video, would you watch it and let me know what you think? That's any version of that is good. And so it gives you some good things, to say to different people. All right. And then sharing your product story. So there's a lot in here. that you just, you got to take the time to look at it. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's sharing with others. All right. Earning your first $600. All right. So
So
step
I'm sorry, before you, I just have to,
what? Tell me.
because I was telling Felena that all of this is B activity. Because this
Yeah.
is not money-making activity. It
Right.
supports your money-making activity.
Uh-huh.
And so when we look at this and say, wow, I got to learn all of this, some
Oh,
people
no.
think I got to do all of this before I get started. And though Renee, is she gone already? I think so. She had to go. But Renee was just saying how her new person, wow, in what, a couple of hours or something,
Yes.
she became a partner plus because she did the activity.
Uh-huh.
And so that's what I'm focusing on more and more, helping our team, new members to know what to do,
Yes.
how to do it, and just to do it, and then come back and get this important because this is important.
Yeah, well, that's why we also went over the share your excitement, share education, and follow up, because that's what's going to happen, whether you do it on Zoom or in person. So that is key. And when I first started, they said share with 2 people a day, 5 days a week. So you want to kind of hold yourself to that, to share with 2 people a day, 5 days a week, because that will give you enough people that it will work out. Okay. And if you're going to set up events, 3 is the magic number for the 60 days. So let's look at this really quickly though. How to earn your first 600. Place an order for yourself and at least one other person. So then you get 900 points. So any variation of that, it could be like you got 2 other people. So a trio blend is worth 300 points. And if you had 3 trio blends, you're done. That's 900 points. So any version of that. And if you do it quickly, then you get $100. There was this lady I was talking to, and I tried to tell her, and she didn't, I guess she didn't care, that, if she became a partner, because I said, you're going to want lots of Juice Plus groceries, because she did. She wanted a lot. Well, I saw she placed the order. She did not do the team member first, and she's got 450 points. And I'm like, okay, because she got Shake, she got Luminate, and she got Trio Blend with the Child Free or something like that. I don't know. But I mean, it quickly, gets to a half if you're getting a couple different products. All right. So having a couple customers getting that 900 points right then and there, that's $100. And that's not just for you, that's also for your sponsor. So you don't feel bad calling on your sponsor. So always call on your sponsor. Hey, let's get it today. Let's get it. Let's call some people. Let's do this. And so then here's some versions of how you can earn 900 points, which I like that. That's nice. Let's see if I can blow it up. No, I'm afraid to. All right, so that's a quad and a quad plus Luminate. Gotta love that. I love Luminate. There's the three trios that I talked about. 2 quads and a shake goes over. 2 superfood powders and a trio blend. So, all these different ways. And here are some points per product. So I love that because we're always looking for some kind of little legend with the points, because otherwise you got to look at this, okay? And that's a lot more busy on this price and earnings guide, although the price and earnings guide is good. But when you're new, this is all you need to know, these different point values, and go get them. Like you're saying, Alani, get your own order in there. And I also like to say, be a product of the product. Get everything that you want to get, because you're working on bonuses. Now's the time to think in abundance and get what you want so that you can experience it. And so you can also give some, knowing that you're going to get the $100 and you're going to get the next promotion bonus as well. So step 2 is adding 5 more customers, and you have to have a partner plus. Okay. So 5 more customers of your own and a partner plus. Everything between the partner plus that you did yourself and new partner plus and any extra orders have to equal 3,600. And you'll be able to watch that. I think it's coming on the back office. I don't think it's there yet, but it's easy to see if a person just started and starts to accumulate orders. Plus, you could keep track of it yourself. And we can always call distributor support. Okay, the reward is $500 or $350. So that is including the $100 from Partner Plus. So you're either getting 500 or 350, because if you miss the 10-day window on that first thing with the 900 points, where am I? Then you get $50. I forgot to mention that. Okay. So as long as you get it by 30 days, then you get $50. And then let's see, your active sponsor gets the same bonus. So it's kind of like, let's work in urgency, let's work together, let's hold hands, let's die on the side of the road together, and let's get this done. Because it is worth it. You get to the second commission level, you get some good, money and title rewards, and your sponsor too will get title rewards. We don't get anything just for signing up people as partners, but if we help them succeed, that's when we get extra income. Okay, step 3, repeat. Keep adding customers, adding partners. Aim to enroll 3 new customers and 1 new partner each month, and you'll grow a growing source of additional income. Okay, and you could track your progress on the back office. We can help you with that. Here are some manual tracking forms. So the Partner Plus, the QSC, I'll click on this. Don't get overwhelmed. But you can literally print this or type on it, and that way you kind of have a running amount. If you say trio, 300 points, and whatever and whatever. So you can keep that running tab on that. Okay, so there's 2 worksheets, other things to know. So you'll get 10% sales profits, your earnings will be deposited by the 10th, all that good stuff. Okay, let's see. Then you will also move up those commission levels. Those are the first 2 commission levels. And if you wanted to look at the whole compensation plan, it's right here. Okay, on phase 1. I mean, it's not the whole, that's the first part. The first part, and then the leadership part is under phase 2. The next step, stay compliant. And I'm not going over that because you guys will probably stay compliant, no problem. So let me go back to stay connected and play a game of bingo. Did you guys see this? We can all play a game of bingo. All right.
Yeah, I downloaded
I
it.
love this. I had no idea I could play a game of bingo. The company's just like putting these little presents everywhere, So play some bingo, post on social media, start a conversation, log into the back office, talk to a friend. These are not hard things to do. Learn how to earn enough $600. You just did. So, yeah, I think these are all good. And I would say look for a boot camp near you. I think they have a place for that. Let's see, stay connected. Live events. I'm going to press on that in a minute. Upcoming live events, upcoming virtual. Yeah, I think here's upcoming live events. Oh, Indianapolis, which I already mentioned earlier. I'm super excited about that. And but there was a place for regionals and boot camps. So Felena, you're in Missouri?
Yes.
Oh, I got that right because I've never been to Missouri, so that was difficult, believe it or not. Upcoming regionals and boot camps, you can click on that
Mm-hmm.
and you'll see there's different ones all around the country. So let's see, June. Let's go to July. July, where are we? Summer in the Rockies, right near Trina. June 27th and 29th. Then we've got Chicago. And then we've got Blue Ridge Boot Camp, which is in Georgia, and then Indianapolis, then Ohio Super Saturday. They just had a great event there. Okay, so that was the corporate board and helping you be connected in that way. Let me show you on our team page. And Felena, I'm glad to know that you are on there. Doug put this together, which is awesome. The team weekly blast. So I'm going to just go through this really quickly so you guys don't miss anything. There's the July kickoff call tomorrow. This is in the pinned or featured section of Team Transformers on Facebook. Okay. We also have these flying through Voxer, but this is where you could find them like together, hopefully. Because Voxer is kind of like the NASDAQ, it's like or the news feed on Facebook. It's gonna kind of disappear because there's active events happening, active conversations. So here is the July kickoff. I love Skylar Stephenson. Well, I love Laura Dorsey too. Wendy Campbell is going to do an event tomorrow night. That's a great one to invite people to. That's super great, especially any healthcare professional. And just a whole slew of people you can invite. This is who we've learned so much from, right? Okay. This is tonight, Patrick Van Duzy, and he's going to talk about the new era of Juice Plus with the superfood powder. He's an athletic trainer. He's married to Victoria, and that will be at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6:50. They start welcoming everybody. So I put things on my alarm. You know, if it's tonight and it's 6:50 Eastern, then and I want to watch it, that's an alarm for me. So you just want to try to figure out, what do I want to watch? What do I want to invite to with the different events? This is now, okay, this was Sunday. And then Dr. Williams is speaking at 9 o'clock tonight. Juice Plus and Common Sense. Oh my gosh, that's going to be good. He's very good. And that's awesome. I hadn't really looked at that. That's tonight at 9. And then here is the Heat team Tuesday night at Pacific, 6 p.m., whatever that is, Eastern, maybe 9. Guy DeBow and Cheryl DeBow. They are doing great, and they have so many team members. They will, share a lot, I'm sure. Here's our version of what's going to happen at conference. It doesn't have everything, so you want to look at the next, hopefully there's a next page. But you want to get there by 7 if you're going to the nutraceuticals conference, okay? It's really for healthcare professionals to get, is it CMEs? And so it says by invitation only. I had not known that. And then they have registration, the Juice Plus store and expo area from 12 to 5, and then our team gathering and how we award you and we all meet each other is 7 to 9 that night, that Thursday night. So eat dinner on your own and come, because you kind of have all day to eat dinner. Okay. And then there's Friday general session, 2 sessions, and there is a gala by invitation only. So if you're not going to the gala, you go out with your friends or your new friends. Then Saturday 9 to 12, and Saturday is a heavy day. We're used to it being a lighter day, but it has learning labs now, and everybody wants to go to those learning labs. They always have catchy topics, about things that we want to know. So 2 to 5 are the learning labs. Yes, Melissa.
So I didn't realize the nutraceutical said by invitation only. So I
Me
guess
neither. Me neither.
probably figure that out before I decide to book.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we haven't gotten that yet.
You didn't get anything yet either.
No, Melissa, are you in the healthcare professionals Voxer chat?
Oh,
No.
Oh, I will add you to that right now.
maybe you guys
Your
put
friend.
X in there about that.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
add you.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, it didn't say that on the other flyer that I was referencing.
Okay.
So I don't know, and I'm not sure if it says it on Juice Plus Live app, which is at the bottom. That's how you get your ticket and everything.
Elena, Melissa is a goodness, right in my head. A
Pharmacist.
pharmacist.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I was off camera. I was driving and then eating and etc.
It's okay. All right. And then after we go to all the learning labs, then we have a farewell party. And I just want to make it clear that the company spends a lot of money on the gala, and they use the same props and things usually for the farewell party. So everybody gets to enjoy what they're doing. So stay for the farewell party, because it's huge, it's big, and with bands and all kinds of different things. So that is Indianapolis. Okay, then next Monday night, Dr. Sears is going to be speaking with Kristen Schultz about brain health. Let me just tell you that if you want to have an event and you want to have people come, people want to know about brain health. I had 2 events in South Florida. Everybody wanted to come to brain health. Like, I felt like a loser because mine was Monday night. Then I was hosting. I mean, it was a doctor who I love and is popular down there. Dr. Sirota spoke on brain health. And I was like, gee whiz, everybody wants to go to hers. Mine didn't have a topic either. So it was kind of like one simple change. So I think topical is good. And this is good. Brain health. Okay. And yes, all right, these are the two things I was kind of going to go over. This I showed you, and this is what I referred to. Step one is getting the 900 points. Step two is getting 3,600 total, including that 900. And then step three is keep moving, go to sales coordinator, and somewhere they used to have qualified business here too. Yeah, anyway, you'll have to look at that. We can talk about it in person. Okay, so I know that was long, and I'll let you guys go unless you have some questions or comments. Okay.
No, thank you though. Thank you very much. A little overwhelming, but I'm in there.
No, I'm sorry. That was a lot.
It's always that way when you have always what I remember about life and myself is I'm in the simultaneous to you showing and going through new things and reinforcing is also fighting with the old part of me that's like, I don't want to do this. I can't do this. Why am I doing this? So it's always that happening.
Yeah,
And then on the other side of that, just as you wrap that up, I had my own little, wait a minute, what about these people, these people, these people? So
I
the
like,
beautiful part about it was while I was fighting my own little, and it's a person, I was reminded of some people that I had not considered putting on the memory jogger list.
okay.
So,
Well, I
uh,
love that you shared that, and I have a couple comments. Because why would you do it? If you're scared or it's a hassle or it's going to take you away from, what we also enjoy doing. So, first of all, like doctors, after they learn the research behind Juice Plus, they say it's like a responsibility. Like once you really know what Juice Plus does for people, it's kind of like a more of a responsibility. Like you can't help but tell people about Juice Plus. So the more you learn, it's just going to become more of a easy thing because like you can't help it. And that's when you have to hold yourself back from verbally vomiting on people because it is so good for them. You don't want them not to take it. And so that's one thing. The other thing is, why would you want to do this? This is a great retirement plan. And we're probably going to be very active, for a very long time. It's something you can do and feed your brain and have purpose and bring in income. And it's like another stream of income. And what it is also is it's past the point of sale. I've got customers from 25 years ago. I've got customers from 5 years ago, 1 year ago. All of them are reordering, and that brings in extra income that I'm not doing anything now about except maintaining their orders, maybe moving them around or chatting with them every once in a while. But this is like a snowball. You continue to build it and you have a great customer base. Then you have team members and they have a great customer base and they have team members. And it's a snowball and it's exponential and it's consumable. So people are all consuming their Juice Plus within 4 months. So it ships again. And that just continues to bring you income where it's not as, just time intensive of I got to go to an 8 to 5 to get some income. You're not trading dollar time or hours for dollars. You've already put in the time and then it pays you into the future. It's pretty amazing. And it's how my husband and I are now home. We're not millionaires or anything, but we continue to work at our business because we love it and that is ours. And it is something that after you leverage your time, by using this business as a way to leverage your time because there's systems, then you can end up on the side where you're not trading time for money. That's all.
mhm.
So it's pretty cool. And so it is a great investment in time and into the future.
Mm.
All right, guys, I'm gonna end the recording for sure, or the stream. Well, if I can figure that out. Okay, how do I do it? There.